Good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to episode 97 of the Mamapreneur podcast. I cannot believe that we are almost at 100 episodes. Shout out to Kesha Cash, CEO of Power Team. 97 episodes, man. And get ready for them sound effects tonight. I am your amazingly fabulous hostess with the mostest, Robin. Been the fabulous hostess of this platform for almost 5 years, 97 episodes, reaching ladies and people from all over the world, helping women business owners get exposure for their brands while marketing them for the community. And so, very grateful to be before you this evening. And so, you guys are in for, I say every show is a treat. And I just say that because and that's okay. So, before I get to my guest audience, I have to put you to work first before we do anything else. Before you hear the first guest open her mouth, you must do a few things, okay? So, first and foremost, I would like for you all, regardless of where you're watching me right now, to share the live broadcast. Or if you're watching the replay, share the replay. Then give me a hashtag Mamapreneur in the chat to let me know that you have shared the live or the replay. And if you're tuning in via replay, give me a replay in the chat, okay? So that's first and foremost. I mentioned a moment ago, we have people that tune in and have been on the show from all over the world. And so I want to know in the chat where you're tuning in from. Put your city, state, country, child, whatever floats your boat. Put that in the chat for me, okay? Let us know where you're tuning in from. And this platform is about all things networking. So I want to know if you're a business owner in the chat, tag your business, social media, website, email address, child, it don't matter. Let us know in the chat, what kind of business do you have? You never know who may be in need of the services that you offer. But as I tell my audience on a consistent basis, no one knows what you do until you talk about it. In this case, we're networking in the chat. All right. So put your business information in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. And make sure you share the live and or replay. Okay. I know I gave y'all a lot at once. Y'all got it. Next, this show is an engaging episode. I got some true powerhouses that will be speaking tonight. And as fabulous as we are, we want you guys to come along with us on this ride. So if you have a question, if you agree with something we're saying, you love my hat today, honey, whatever floats your boat, put it in the chat. We want to know. Engage with it. Okay? We don't bite. All right. So, few announcements before I get to my amazingly fabulous guest. Make sure you subscribe to the Mamapreneur podcast YouTube channel. So if you're tuning in right now from YouTube, don't forget to press subscribe. If you're watching on our other platforms, just make sure you go over to YouTube for sister and just press subscribe. Okay? Please and thanks. All right. So, I can't stand you. We're ready for the sound effects tonight. Compliments of Kesha LaShawn. All right. So, next, for my women in business from all over the world, you're seeking community, connection, collaboration. The Mamapreneur Tribe Facebook group is where it's at. I do monthly meetups here if you're here in Dallas Fort Worth. I make it where people can network within the group, all those fun things. Really, you can promote your business. My group is really focused on getting our brands out there for our clients, potential clients, investors, and co-collaborators. Can the Mamapreneur Tribe in Facebook, so you can send. So if you're a woman-owned business or aspiring, or you're a woman supporter of the show, feel free to go to the Mamapreneur Tribe on Facebook and join our group. I for that tribe. Next year's is the cruise. You better be on the cruise with me, honey. Get in these cruising streets, honey. I don't know how cruising streets go together, but cruising streets, honey. More to come about the cruise, all right? But you got to be in the tribe to know what's up there, okay? All right. Now booking for guest spots for the 2026, February 2026 through the end of the year. So if you are a woman, you want to get your brand out there, more exposure, opportunities, potential opportunities. Ladies, in the 4.5 years this show has been around, get opportunity. Someone watched an episode of the Mamapreneur podcast and heard something they had to say. Hey, I've gotten opportunities from my own freaking platform. Okay. So if you are a woman-owned business and you are serious, let me stretch the serious real quick. You are serious about promoting yourself and investing in yourself, ladies. The Mamapreneur podcast is where it's at. Kesha has posted the link to book a call with me to learn more. And I would love to see your face in the place. All right. So book a call with me and I can provide more info on how you can be a guest on the podcast. And then I also offer opportunities for people that are not physically in studio where I can promote their brands for them. So that you can also book a call as well for that info as well. Okay. All right. Well, if you know me, you know I'm always having something. But we have things with intentionality. Mamapreneur has monthly gatherings here in Dallas Fort Worth. My next one is next Saturday, October 18th at 7 p.m. in the Uptown Dallas area. You must register to be able to get the information for the Mamapreneur Networking Dinner. I've seen friendships being built. I've seen people. They are now co-collaborators on events, all the things. Some of us will travel together. It's great to be in the room. True connection happens when you are in the room, ladies. Okay, so that is October 18th, 7 p.m., Uptown Dallas. Must register to be able to get. And I have gifts. So, I treat my people when they come to my functions in person and or virtual. So be in the room. Few spots left. I will be closing registration. So you need to hop on this wagon. Okay. All right. Next event is a virtual event. It is my monthly podcasting webinar. So this is a special one because people ask me questions all the time. And I talk to people daily about either my podcasting coaching academy or people that want to come on to the show. So this month's theme is how to get featured on podcast. For you guys that are sleeping on getting on podcasts to get your brand out there, there is some prep that needs to happen before you put yourself to podcasting to get on a show. Again, I talk to 5 to 15 people a day, and I've had people that were ready, and I had people that weren't. And so, hence this webinar to get you prepped and ready. 3 good old tips on how to pitch yourself for podcasts and get featured and get that call back and say you have been selected, etc. Okay. October 20th, 7 p.m. Must register to get the live link. And again, you must be present to win gifts. This thing. All right. Next, for those who don't know, I am a cancer survivor, and I am a part of an event every year, Lymphoma Society. It is coming up November 1st in Dallas, called Light the Night. My team's name is Team Robin's Divas, and is November 1st in Dallas. So I have the link shown here where you can register and join. For my out-of-towners, you can still donate to Team Robin's Divas. All right. I have a goal I want to hit. There's still time to hit that goal November 1st. So thank you in advance for your support. Thank you so much to the people that have donated so far to Team Robin's Divas. I'm very grateful that you didn't just watch. You actually donated. You didn't watch the post, but you donated. And I am very grateful and appreciative to those that have donated so far. Those that have already told me, hey, Robin, I've donated, but I'm going to be there in person with you at Light the Night. Light the Night is, man, it's a trip to be in the room. So with Light the Night, they have a particular portion where it's the survivor circle. And I'm in the survivor circle with little kids. They might have survived leukemia, lymphoma like I did. And it's, I think the last time I went, I think that little boy might have been 9, giving a speech about his journey, and he had leukemia. And so your donation is changing lives. So just putting that little tidbit out there. So you want to join me on November 1st, register, and donate funds. Or if you are not able to make it, you can still donate to Team Robin's Divas via the link that is posted. So thank you to the people that have donated so far. Very grateful. All right. So I do a particular segment on this show called Robin's 2 Cents. So I'm going to give a little 2 cents before I bring my first up. There is a difference between visibility and support. There is a difference between visibility and support. Visibility brings and builds brand awareness. More people know who you are, but your awareness alone does not generate sales. #conversion. Support converts awareness into revenue, partnerships, client referrals, and community backing that can lead to paid opportunities. While visibility opens doors, consistent support tends to generate more consistent cash flow because it drives repeat business, trust, and long-term client relationships. So I say that to say, especially in Q4, we're about to be in holiday season here in a moment, and everybody is doing something with their business around this time of the year with the holidays. So when you see people putting their brands out there, hey, sometimes it's hard to even put yourself out there, let alone your business. Don't just watch the person, support. Support. And that is Robin's 2 cents tonight. I hope that blessed your hearts and spirits and minds. person I would like to bring up, I'm a shine a light. I think she is just amazing. You get to see that when she opens her mouth in a minute. So I met Dr. Tori last month at my friend Dr. Harriet Harris's Ascend conference, which she had. I mean, the speakers, I mean, really brought it. I made some really good connections that day. And Dr. Tori came highly to Dr. Tori first before someone even recommended her. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment. And Dr. Tori's personality alone should just hook you just in itself. I'm going to talk about her a little bit before she opens her mouth. Dr. Tori is a professor, transformational leadership coach, and founder and CEO of Be Victorious Educational Services, empowering schools and communities with trauma-informed practices that improve behavior, learning, and wellness. An international speaker, better toot your own horn, an international speaker, podcast host, and author of It's Time to Talk About ACEs. She leads the annual ACE National Awareness Conference and advocates for resilience and healing worldwide. Dr. Tori also serves on the board of Collin County Board and she's based in Texas with her 3 children. She break cycles, embrace healing, and do what? Live victorious. From the back of the stage to the front, introduce you, Dr. Tori. Oh my God. So as you shine, as we see Dr. Tori right now,
Jesus,
the power of connection.
Ooh,
here we are today.
Look at God. My God.
I'm so glad that you're here, Miss Aces Queen. So I know I gave a little intro about you.
Yes.
But I want you to tell me, how did we get here to this stage in your life right now with your business podcast initiative? How did we get here?
I will share. Of course, in the introduction was amazing. So thank you again so much for the powerful introduction.
You're welcome, sister.
I am here because I went on a mission. I actually started off as a first generation high school graduate. And
Wow.
The Lord sent me on this amazing journey. I am the first from both sides of my family to get a doctorate degree. So it's a big deal.
Oh, man.
Every success story, there is a story. And mine starts and begins with adverse childhood experiences. And so for those who don't know, adverse childhood experiences, or if you talk about childhood trauma, you're talking about adverse childhood experiences. If you're talking about abuse, you're talking about adverse childhood experiences. If you're talking about neglect, household dysfunction, other adversities like bullying or systemic racism, you're talking about adverse childhood experiences. So let me highlight one of them for you guys. Systemic racism is actually what made me a CEO. I actually was not a CEO at all until I came down here to Dallas. So shout out to Kansas City, where I was born. Shout out to those in Chicago who I love. Speaking of bullying, we have it going on in Chicago. And I will share with you guys, when I first came down here, I was in school. So I started off as an administrator in schools. But if you all are not aware, as an African-American woman living in today's society, it's extremely hard. And I think my light just shined too much to where every school district that I was a part of was intimidated by my personality. But I think the Lord had something else set in store. For the past 3 years, I have been having this conversation about ACEs worldwide. It's been a wonderful. It's what you want to do, stay consistent, because that's exactly what I did. I will share, I do have a master's degree in business administration. So I think what the Lord did was set me up with that first, provided me with the tools and steps I needed to go back and get my doctorate degree. And here I am. So that's how Dr. Victorious was created.
Congratulations.
I create victory in people with everything. Name it, I do it. This is the reason why it's an educational service program. So, yes, I am a podcast host. I do moderation. I do talking. I do pretty much name it. I do it. Consulting. I'm in schools. I just really want to do.
Come on, Jackie of all trades.
Just want to help the world here. Well, here's my book, you guys. I have.
Put it up again.
Here's the book. I have, you guys, just so you know, classes, trainings, workshops. I am everywhere. When I mean not just in schools, but I'm in organizations, corporations. I'm in everywhere. Name it, do it. Churches, up, down, in and out, sideways. Whatever it is I need to do to get this information out here, this is what is helping the world heal. It's a reference book. It is not my story. That is what my podcast is for. So again, those who are interested and need to know, not just even about running a business. Again, I used to be a teacher. I actually started off as a substitute teacher. So again, know that experience, your lived experiences are really the best experience for you to share your story.
Absolutely. So my first question to you, for the person who may not know what ACEs is to the degree that you may know it,
right?
Tell the people, what is ACEs?
Adverse childhood experiences are those experiences that you experience when you're younger, under 18. It could be physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse. It could be emotional neglect, physical neglect. It could be household dysfunction like divorce, homelessness, having incarcerated parents, having parents that have an illness. There's also the other adversities that I talked about. Now, I will also share those other adversities were updated July of 2023. So mass shootings, once ago happened never, and now they're happening every 7 days. Bullying, you guys, starts from the home. Say what you want to say. I think that's why people love me so much, because I keep it 100. I cannot help it. There are so many. Natural disasters. When they happen, it affects a lot of people. So these are the things. They had a study. It is the second largest study in the United States, but this was back in 1998. And I think why people don't know about it is because it was a study that was placed in a medical journal. Of course, medical journal information doesn't get to who's needed because it's what it is.
Right.
But that study also didn't address what in our society, in our communities, needed to know. So it's been out here, you guys, since 1998. It's on the CDC's website, the same website that has COVID, the flu. If you put in ACES, you will find adverse childhood experiences. 1 in 3 of us have an ACEs score, but in today's society in 2025, we all have it. There is a test. I have to give a major shout out to Dr. Vincent Felitti and Dr. Robert Anda. They conducted that. And then you had several doctors that have came together. Give a shout out to huge shout out to Dr. Allman, who came up with the 10 question. He put all the questions together. I will hopefully share with you guys. I'm at the table. We want to make some changes in 2025. We need to be having conversations about adult ACEs, the things that we're going through now. Like people don't know that those childhood traumas have effect or affect our neural development. It affects our nervous system. Stress is real. Depression
This
is
is
an
real.
people don't know those type of things. So when we have those awarenesses like domestic violence awareness, this that happens, you guys, it's not really supposed to happen. We normalize it, but the effects that it has on other people is what we need to address. So I put the term ACEs out there in a community that didn't know about it, and that's what's been catching attention. That's the reason why I put it's time to talk about ACEs out here and made it relatable. This too is my dissertation, but I just put it out here in black and white.
So,
Yeah, let me.
so you talked about a couple things about, being an educator and all the things. So how can educators and community leaders begin to recognize trauma responses and behavior versus behavioral issues in their students?
I will be honest. Ask. Your kids are actually going to volunteer and talk to you. Schools have always been a safe space. And I don't think anybody will disagree with me, but think about it. There are schools out there because some of those kids that are homeless can go to schools to get food, to get
Yep.
shelter, to get the things that they need to get. So again, you're talking to somebody that got all of my education in Chicago. So this isn't something that I'm saying living in some other space, if you understand what I mean. I've been there, raised in Kansas City, grew up in Chicago, living here in Dallas. I've seen it. I've been places. So you have to understand, kids will talk. I've had kids say, "Hey, I was in the car with my dad and they were drinking. It was so cool. I asked them for some." And it's like, we as parents have to be the ones to take the necessary steps that we need to in order to take care of, because that goes out in the community. And when it goes out in the
Yep.
community, because it's normalized and we say something about it, then we become the what, who you're talking to my kids. It's not okay. These things are not.
Wow. So you talk about being victorious. What does being victorious mean to you
Good question. I
personally?
I will actually tell you guys, stepping out on faith, I've always been faith-based. My grandfather um, was a pastor, but again, growing up in today's society under leadership in the church, everybody knows sometimes that leadership isn't the best. And I love my grandfather to death, I do, but he shared a lot of things with me. And so, again, being a first generation high school graduate is victory, and then taking the necessary steps in order to do what I need to do to heal. I don't hide the fact that, yes, I have ACEs. I don't hide the fact that I'm a single mom, but those are the things that help people understand that they're not in their journey alone. It's a lot of how can we grow? If we're not accepting of who we are and accepting of the things that we do, then how will we know? There's people out here writing books that don't even know that they're sharing their story, but they also don't know that their
Yeah.
story has a real medical term added to it. So I'm here to reach everybody. I'm here to connect those authors and let them know they're not alone. I think storytelling and sharing your lived experiences is one of the best things to help people know that they're not alone on their healing journey. So, again, for me,
Absolutely.
it's more or less just understanding who you are and creating that victory within yourself. I'm heavy on affirmations, heavy on
Okay.
affirmations.
Yep.
You can do it if you believe in yourself for sure.
That is amazing. So you're a mom. You wear a lot of hats. Um, what legacy do you want to leave with all the amazing things that you're doing right now? What legacy do you want to leave?
Mentorship is everything to me because
Hold on, say that one more time. You said mentorship and what else?
How to use it though. You set the tone what you want in regards to mentorship. Stick with that. You know what I mean? Like I have mentored people from different stages of life for different chapters. However, that's what makes me a transformational leader. You have to know how to lead in order to
Yes.
continue to do those things. So having these three young ladies that I was blessed with, again, I think it's wonderful that me becoming an entrepreneur 5 years ago. I actually celebrated December 6th. It was 5 years ago. My daughter's being entrepreneur.
Your daughters are amazing. Yeah.
Down, honey. Like, get down. So you just imagine three little me's going around asking people to get sister treats. They do their own baking, they do their own promos. It's hard out here, to be honest. But when you look at it from a positive spin, hey, don't you want to get the things that you want to get? Don't you want to do the things that you want to do? If you can make 5 cookies, make $5, that $5 turn into 10, that 10 turn into 20, make it make sense to where it doesn't feel like an obligation. It feels like something that you want to do, it'll work. So just being my authentic self and creating victory in everybody is really, it's working. I have adults saying, hey, I see your mentor to mentor program. I want to know how you did this. Help me. I will help you. This is what I do. I don't hide it. It's enough room. I'm not in competition with anybody.
Everybody to grow.
You know what I mean? That's what it is. We shouldn't be in a society where people are against each other when we should be supporting each other. So come out and learn this ACES education. You want to be an entrepreneur? I can show you better than I can show you. And honestly, the ones that inspire me are the ones that I mentored. I had a student come to me, somebody that I mentored, pull up on me in a BMW. I said, I want one. You know what I mean? Because now I've watched her. She's an entrepreneur. So I've been inspired through entrepreneurship thanks to me being a mentor. Like I have people that have t-shirts. We talking about who I am talking about. She has her own loctician salon. I watched her. I'm just watching people that I am mentoring grow. It doesn't matter who you are, how you are. If you have the same focus in the direction of going to the top, then it will help you. The steps will be ordered. Ask the Lord, he'll tell you, because for me, it's my testimony. It is.
All right. Tell everyone how you can be followed.
Be victorious everywhere, and that's all I'm gonna say. And not to say it like that, but there's only me, rare and authentic, Dr. Victorious. I seriously create victory in people to help them as far as their healing journey, as far as them helping through ACES education and whatever they want. I will pray for you. I will love on you till you meet your goal. Absolutely.
Well, I am so grateful that you joined us here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot wait to connect with you again in person, since I know you're here with me now. You're here locally. So I definitely gotta, I'm gonna talk to you offline. Gotta get you in some rooms. So thank you so much for being here. Everybody give Dr. Tori some claps in the chat. Yeah. You dropped all the gems. I hope everybody had their pen, their paper, jotting the notes. Okay. So next, I get again the power of connection, the power of being in the room. I met Dr. Tori from being in the room. I've met my next guest from being in the room. I met Dr. Tori here, DFW. My next guest I met in Durham, North Carolina. Her name is Deja Meeks, founder and CEO of NextLink Consulting, where she helps organizations close skill gaps through AI-powered workforce development solutions. With over 7 years of experience in career coaching, training, and program design, she empowers career changers and teams to thrive in today's evolving tech landscape. Helen from North Kakalaki, Deja Meeks. It's so cool to have you on, man. I remember meeting her, and shouts out to Malaron Hodge of Baddies with Business. Um, I got to meet this baddie at a conference, and other than the fearless leader, I knew no one. First speaking engagement out of Texas, I met amazing ladies. We just had Danielle Harris, who was just at the event as well, who was on the last episode. I met at the same conference. True connection happens when you are in the room, whether you're in state, virtually, or out of state in this case. And so your personality from the door, I was like, why are we talking like we've known each other for years? But it was cool getting to know you, and then to see just everything that's going on with you now, leading up to now, the business, all the things. And so I know I gave you a nice little intro, but I want you to tell everyone how did Next Link Consulting come about?
Ooh, I would say, it came, thank you. It really stemmed from, working in tech. So my background, just to give you a little bit of context, I was working in tech over the past 8 years as an engineering coach to developers, also to data analysts, user experience, all across tech, all the way down to cybersecurity. And most recently at my former employer, I was asked to develop a curriculum around AI and teaching learners how to maximize it within their job search. And so for me, at first I was kind of like hesitant, like I play around with it, but then I also use it in my coaching sessions. And so when I developed that first workshop, and it was amazing hit, it was only an internal workshop. We had 50 plus people in the room. And after that, they asked me to develop another one, and then another one. And then it grew, and they was just like, hey, can you just build out an entire roadmap for this? Yeah. Because it became the most popular workshop. And then at that particular time, around January, I was impacted by a layoff. And then I had a conversation with a friend, and they just asked me so many questions. It was a 3-hour call. And she was like, Deja, why don't you take what you build and make it your own? I'm like, what? No, I don't want to do that. That's not nothing I want to do. And I really sat with it for like a while. And I say, you know what? Looking from an angle, like the whole world right now is like making this transition into leveraging artificial intelligence in some form of way that, we're heading in that direction, like from automotive to finance, banking to tech, all across the board. And I was like, I think I'm going to do this. Like, I can really make money teaching folks how to leverage it within their workflows, within their job search, within their marketing, like SEO, just everything. And so I decided to create my own company, a consulting company. So,
a big thing.
Yeah. And so, really with that, I decided to move away from direct consumer facing, like that individual consultant aspect, and realize that, I want to go direct to the business. So my organization, we focus on consulting directly with B2B organizations who want to maximize AI and productivity and efficiency as well within their workforce.
That's amazing. So how do you see, because AI, what I like to tell people, you might as well get hip to it because it is not going anywhere.
Nope.
So how do you see AI transforming the workforce and development and, and skills and all of that in the next 3 years, 3 to 5 years? Where do you see it kind of going?
So I would say this. So I know there's like a lot of articles out there, a lot of research in terms of, is AI going to take over my job? And it's like, yes, it is. It's already doing so. And I think the first thing is kind of like, you know, when you think about when you go in a grocery store, right? You buy whatever's on the shelf because that's the only selection that you currently have, right? So we're teaching ourselves like that's the only thing that I can eat, right? So when you think about that in context with AI, it's like it's really like either you jump on a bandwagon or you're gonna starve,
Exactly.
right? Absolutely. And so what I feel is within this particular realm is that AI, we are training it as we're utilizing it every single day, right? But if we can utilize it for just generating prompt, generating content, like that's the skill that you're building. And so if you're able to demonstrate that you know how to use ChatGPT, you know how to use Claude, you know how to use Salesforce for integration of AI, you know how to use Airtable, Cloud, all these different things that are being, you know, developed and part of your workflow. If we jump on it now, right, the same way I was able to take what I have built in terms of curriculum and develop workshops and speaking engagements, then you can maximize that and you could get ahead of the curve. So I think some of these advancements in a way is we can talk about how it's taking over. And I feel it's really meant to scare people away from it. I don't want to touch it. But when you think about it in context is, hey, what can I do to better myself and upgrade my skills so that I do not lose my job, right? I know how to use it effectively, but I also hold the companies accountable as well. The same way when you get a new job, you land that new job and they train you on the system, whether it's Salesforce, you work in healthcare, that's Epic. Train your workforce, train your employees. Why are you not training your employees? At this point, you're really just laying them off because they're missing that skill gap, but you're not training them on a new system. You're not coaching them. You're not mentoring them. You're not guiding them. Why are we not doing that? Why is the only reason to lay off individuals and then implement a new system? Or where we're heading now is, okay, robots. But what I found though in my research, I feel is one thing that I recently discovered, and I'm going to publish this article, is trade. Okay. Everyone wants to transition into tech. Great, awesome. It can happen. You may be on a job search a little bit longer, but you have to position yourself where AI is going. But a hand-skilled trade, that's not going to be taken over anytime soon. Yes, they may build out a way to maximize it with robots or whatever it may be, but trades, we need electricians, we need plumbers, we need builders and welders. And so when they figure out a way to get someone out in the field, then, you know, let me know. But we, you know, I'm saying all that to basically say that we have to, as people, we need to find a way to be able to pivot, whether that's into AI or finding an alternative.
So for the person I say has no clue, okay, they know of it, but they don't know kind of where to start. What are a few tips to help someone kind of get themselves familiarized with it? Maybe their job hasn't caught up to the AI bandwagon just yet.
That's a great question. You know, YouTube it, right? If you're looking for a tutorial, and we are all on YouTube, right? We leverage and utilize YouTube.
We're on it right now.
We're on it right now, right? Exactly. Yeah, so YouTube it. There's so much free stuff out there. We have Coursera. Coursera is free to a certain extent until they want you to pay.
Yeah.
Google's coursework as well. But I'm talking about free stuff here. But at the end of the day, this is your education. This is your life. And so part of that and the purpose of this podcast is to invest in yourself. And so with that, the dollar amount may be scary, especially within this economy. But if you want something that bad, you'll find a way to make it happen. And so, alternatively, LinkedIn, also look at just playing around with GPT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So what's next, pun intended, for Next Link Consulting? What is next?
Oh, when I say I am booked out this year, I'm booked out this year.
Will be booked out. Yes.
I'm booked out and busy trying to maintain that. The next thing for the next link, I'm actually doing bookings for 2026. Giving myself grace right now.
We're proud of you. Go ahead. Keep talking. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, no, sorry. Go ahead. Carry on.
No, so I'm actually scheduled to be on Indeed's Job Search Tech panel, Job Search Academy. So check that out. Check out my LinkedIn profile as well. You see more information and posts pinned to the top of my profile. So that is happening November 12th. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but November 12th on Indeed's webinar, I'm going to be sitting on a panel. We're going to be talking about job strategies for job seekers for today to be able to make those transitions and career pivots at this time. So that's pretty cool. As well as I'm going to be on at a tech conference virtual. That's happening, I believe, the same week, November 8th of this month. So back to back. And right now I'm working with 4 clients at this very moment. So I am.
Yes. Here for
it. December is a rest month.
Yes. Love it. As you should. You've been booked and big.
Yes, honey. Yes. I'm tired. Yes. But it's good things. It's all good things.
Awesome. Let everyone know how they can reach you if they want to learn more about your program and want to, work with you directly. How can they contact you?
Yeah, so you can contact me. Feel free to send me a LinkedIn request. It's going to be linkedin.com, my full name, Dejanae Meeks. And then my business page, you will see the next link. So the next link. And then also check out my website, thenextlink.com. You see all the things, founder story, background services that I provide. And a few things with that is I provide, again, direct B2B relationships, so consultancy work. I do have an executive leadership program as well. So that's where I always receive my, thanks, Brittany. I see the comments coming in. That's why I always, yes. That's why I always receive a lot of my client requests. So when I do direct client calls, those are working more so with folks who are in executive leadership.
Yes. All right. Now, executive leadership, doing big things. Well, I just want to thank you so much, Deja, for being on tonight. I'm glad that we are connected. Kind of stuck with me. Just want to let you know that. So I look forward to us connecting again. I'm about to come to your hood, get out of Texas and come out to your hood and all the things. I'm just glad to be connected, So thank you so much for being on, and we will talk soon. Continue success.
Thank you. I'm wishing you the same, Robin. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Give Deja some claps in the chat. If y'all ain't learned nothing by now on this episode, okay? I hope everybody got your folder, your pen, your paper, your notes section. Your notes section in your phone should be just lit up with the gems, all the things today. And so to close us out, again, wrapping that thing with a little bow on top. Another person I met by being what? In the room. Her name is Kenya Kennedy, founder of Kindle Candle Company, luxury candle and self-care brand rooted in intentional living and emotional wellness. After navigating challenges of raising a micro preemie born at 25 weeks and experiencing personal loss, candle making became Kenya's therapy, helping her find peace, joy, and balance during difficult seasons. Today, she channels that journey into creating custom scented candles, self-care tools, and experiences that encourages others to slow down, breathe deeply, and reconnect with themselves. Through Kindle Candle Company, Kenya, say that 5 times, Kindle Candle Company, Kenya is building a community that celebrates self-care, healing, and intentional living one candle at a time. Ladies and gents, Kenya Kennedy. Whenever she come on, there she is. Hello. You on mute.
Hello.
Hi, beautiful.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm so glad that you're here, despite your situation right now. Bless your heart.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I am holding my favorite scent right now. I don't know if you can see it. And Kenya has candles and room sprays, wax melts. Hold on. Yeah, she gave me my light in the way.
Wax
This is my
melts.
favorite scent.
Yep.
This is Black Sea. So I met Kenya back in March. Was it March? February, March? One of them, child. I don't know where this year went. So
Yes.
Yeah?
It was March.
March, okay. At
Yeah.
Natasha Norris's event she had here in Dallas, where I was a panelist along with another friend of mine. And Natasha had Kenya as a vendor there at the event. And so we got to talk and connect and the fact and have built this relationship. And I'm just so glad that, that we are connected. And I just want you to, even though I just gave a little bit about you, what made you say, despite what you were going through, I'm going to start this business?
It was with everything that I was going through, it was more of an inspiration than a deterrent. Having my daughter when I had her and seeing her going through everything that she was going through, it kind of motivated me to want to build something for her as her legacy, seeing how hard
Yeah.
she fought to be here. And actually, the company is named after her. Her name is Kindle. And so, with her being my inspiration for it, it is her namesake.
Awesome. And how old is she now?
She is 4, going on 5 in February.
Okay. Oh. And then you have 2 kiddos. So how old is the other?
I do. So the other little one, she is 2, going on 30. Very busy, very bossy.
That's why I had to say that. I was like, and
I have my
how
hands
old is
very full.
the other lady?
Yeah.
What you say, 2 going on 30?
Yeah, 2 going on 30. She is very bossy and runs everything, or at least so she thinks, including her sister. It's a whole thing.
I bet. So since I know you're a newbie in the biz game,
Uh-huh.
but what has been that aha moment for you so far in your business?
I think seeing that other people also find my products valuable, because you can come up with something and create it, but you don't it's like your family and your friends, you feel like, "You know what? They hype me up because they love me." But
Oh,
a
sorry. Yeah. Tell me the
stranger
pressure.
yeah, a stranger
Yeah,
doesn't owe
go
you.
ahead. Yeah. Get the camera off
And
me. Yeah.
so to have a stranger come and experience your products and then love them is a whole nother level.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even meeting the first time and us just chatting and and that you have for your business just in that initial meetup,
Mhm.
and that you really enjoyed the product that you have out you know
Yes.
so I really stuck out to me when I first met you. um,
Thank you.
so talk about your line of products. Do you have a favorite scent? I ask everybody with a product line, like, what's your favorite scent, especially if you have multiple, because you
Yeah,
do.
I do. So my favorite is Silk Sheets. It is that same similar clean to what you have, but it has that masculine, that sexy man in a suit kind of vibe to it, and it's just amazing. So Silk Sheets would be my favorite. Um, and then Island Breeze
Yeah.
is another. That is my tropical. It's like a beach vacation in a jar.
Yeah.
That is my other favorite. I love that one too.
Awesome. I'm holding my favorite, which caught my attention the day I met her. So, Black Sea. Trying to compare it a little bit, because, like you said,
Mhm.
this has a little bit of the clean linen kind of
It
vibes
has
to
that
me.
fresh, airy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's what stuck out to me. And then
Mhm.
I have the Silk Sheets spray,
Okay.
which
Okay.
I've
Okay.
sprayed. I've sprayed. I sprayed it on. What did I spray it? I sprayed it out here in the living room, and my
Uh-huh.
friend came over. And she was like, "What's that? What is that smell? It smells lovely." So I
Yeah.
had to go be Vanna Black to you and go pull out my bottle. I didn't bring it out. I just realized I didn't bring it out because I would have been Vanna Black twice tonight. Been like, silk
I
sheet.
very much
So,
appreciate it.
but yes. So talk about the process once talk about the process of you when you're um putting your candles together. How long does this normally take in itself?
So it depends on the batch and how many I'm making. But there are several steps because I literally do everything from
Right.
putting the wick into the jar to melting and mixing the wax, adding the fragrance. Most of my candles are custom scented, so I create the scents myself. You can't just buy that scent off of a shelf somewhere and pour it. So there's some blending that goes into that. And then the labeling, the packaging. So there are some steps to it. But I love it. I absolutely love it.
Now, do you just provide services for people here in Dallas Fort Worth, or do you ship candles? So if someone were to go to, is I know there's a website. I'm just saying as if I don't know you. Is there a website where people can order candles, right? Wax melt?
There is. There is. So Kindle Candle Co. You can order any of my products. I ship anywhere to the United States. Um, And then I do have a local service. I do mobile candle parties. And so I bring that service to people in the DFW area. Um, Kind of a paint and sip kind of vibe, but making candles. And I provide the full instruction, and everyone gets to take home the candle that they made at the event. But if you just want to pick up a candle, you can visit kindlecandleco.com and order anything on the website.
Yes. I should give you a promo. Oh, good. So there are other companies that do similar things.
Mm-hmm.
What Candle Co. stand out amongst all those?
So part of what makes Kindle Candle Co. unique is, first off, the origin story, the story behind it, but also the care and time and effort that I put into the candles. Just like when you go and buy commercial candles, they burn up real fast. You may not necessarily be able to smell them if you're anywhere other than standing right over it. So there's a lot of effort and patience that goes into making them so that you have a worthwhile product when you buy it.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I can say, I like that her candles don't have to be lit, and you can still. One of her
Yeah.
candles is in there. Like real talk. Because I've had candles before other places, no shade to them. And with it being lit or not, you can really smell. Candles, you can actually smell. I walk in my living room, I'm like, okay, I ain't lit it yet. Then once it's lit, it lingers. That's a shirt. Yeah. You're welcome. Once it lingers, all right. I'm here all day for all kind of slogans for t-shirts. Just saying. Just
thank you.
Well, let everyone know, Kenya, how they can go right now, take action today to get some of your candles wax melt.
Absolutely. And I am running a special until the 15th. If anyone is interested in shopping using code WAVE, WAVE 15, October is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. And on October 15th at 7 p.m. nationwide, we light a candle in remembrance of lost pregnancies and infants. So you can use that code to receive a 15% off discount.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Kenya, for being with us tonight. I can't wait to connect and see you again. And I'm very proud of you. I'm very, very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
And everything that you're doing. And I want you to continue to keep going. It's going to all come together. And that's all I got to say there.
You're always rooting for me, and I appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. I'm going to be your cheer. Hold on. I am going to be, you got to show folks more than once. I am going to be your cheering section over here with these candles. I can't get the other 2 room sprays I got, do a commercial. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being with us for episode 97 of the Mamapreneur podcast. I pray that you guys truly enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Shining light on these amazing ladies. I will see you guys in 2 weeks as I get to spotlight more amazing people in business. Have a blessed night.